Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian and I will be your DM for today. Today we are prepping episode 16 of the Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, which is probably going to be titled Voyage of the Ultros, because that's what they're doing. They're voyaging on the Ultros. So, when last we left off, the heroes recovered the Ultros from Estor Archelander, the murderous, quite frankly, genocidal Dragon Lord, and his ghost. They took it back to Mitros. They loaded it up. They got it all ready, and then we ended the session. They have a choice of where to go, and I will show you what that choice looks like. There we go. These bookmarks are god awful. So they have this whole table, except they can only go to the first 11. They're at mainland. They're at the constellation of the Bear. And then they have these 10 constellations, numbers 1, there we go, numbers 1 through 10. They can choose from any of these in order to go to. I provided them with this image because these are the only islands they actually know about. So they don't have the island is familiar to column because they don't need that. And then they have shadows. That is fine. The read aloud text, I think, for the constellations is actually pretty good. Doesn't need punching up. It's pretty okay. You don't have to kill yourself rewriting everything. But they know that Fire Island is associated with the Prisoner. They know that Chimera Island is associated with the Trickster. They got those from their sailors. I handed them the Golden Heart, which is associated with the Heart. I gave that one to Helios since his whole thing is finding these mythic beasts. So I was like, you know what? Over 300 years, you probably would have figured it out. Maybe, whatever. Scorpius knows that Scorpion Island is associated with Centaur because monk class. And then I handed Guardian of Helios for the chariot to Alaris because she worships Helios. Why not? But anything that says Forgotten Sea, and yes, they can't get to yet until they go to Yonder. But I polled my players on Discord in between sessions, and they said that they wanted to go to Fire Island. Conveniently, we prepped Fire Island last DM prep session. So we're done, right? Wrong. So let's check out Fire Island. So in the meantime, nope, not Constellations map. I want Lizard Folk Villagi. So we've got this whole Lizard Folk village, right? So we got some problems. The strongest tribe boasts 350 warriors. They're called the Firewalkers because they control the land around the central volcano. So let's see how many lizard folk are here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32. Less than 1/10 of the entire 350 lizard folk tribe is present. Less than 1/10. I'm just going to go ahead and call bullshit. So, duplicate. Just double. Just double the fucking lizard folk. Just double them all. Obviously, we're not going to have 2 lizard queens. That'd be silly. But she is going to have 4 shamans. That's for damn sure. We're going to have some more lizard folk on this promontory. You know, they're in charge of pushing people off the thing. We're going to have some lizard folk in whatever the hell building this is. Obviously, this guy's got to have more lizard folk. Obviously. Can't give the Lizard King another king, but that's okay. Here's the thing. Lizard folk are kind of hilariously weak. Like, hilariously weak. So I'm just going to throw a buttload of lizard folk at them. And I know I mentioned this last time, that this is a pain in the dick. And then I realized that I didn't... I already did the Fog of War, so moving everything over is going to be annoying. But I'm going to do it anyway. Just going to do it anyway. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my digital edition of this. It's not in here, is it? No. Maps. DM. Maybe? Here we go. Lizard Folk Village. Lizard Folk scale shields are fun. I'll have to look into that. But first, I'm going to fix this fucking map. So, they're making this difficult. I'm going to make this smaller. This does not need to be this big. I'm going to make this... So they made this difficult by rotating the map. But that's okay. I can do that too. So image, transform, arbitrary rotation. We're just going to line this up so that the grid is vertical. GIMP! Yeah, I fucking love GIMP. So it's not quite vertical. Is it? Hey, let's grab a guide. Looks pretty straight to me. Rotate. We're rotating. So what I want to do is so what they did was they cut off the left side of this map, and I want to uncut it off. Because if the players do approach from this side, there's going to be combat over there, and I'm going to need some room for it. So what I'm going to do is everything east of this bridge, I'm just going to delete. I'm just going to delete everything east of there. Delete. Delete. Oh, that too. Delete. And then we're going to image, crop to content. Oop, missed you. Image, crop to content. And there we go. I've got this, you know, this little corner over here that I can slap on top of it. So we're going to export as maps. Lizard Folk West. I guess we'll call it a duplicate. Just to save on some file size. Doesn't need to be beautiful. And then what I'm going to have to do is I am going, like, this is going to be a pain. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a pain in the dick. So I'm gonna slap another 20 entire squares on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the map, and I'm going to, it's in 2 pieces? Map is in 2 pieces. Okay, that's fine. Let's grab both pieces. All right, so we move the whole thing over. And now what I want to do is I want to upload that new piece that I just created. We're in Strahd. I want Odyssey, Maps, Lizard Folk West. We're just going to wait for this to upload. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how big it exported as. It is 915 KB. Also, I just realized that since I exported it as a JPEG, it has a background color instead of being transparent. Oh well, not a big deal. Not the end of the world. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This might be more than 20 squares wide, but that's fine. Lizard Folk Subchief, Lizard Folk Render. Oh man, you're making me do homework. That's just rude. So we're gonna grab this guy. We're gonna make him bigger. We're gonna make him a lot bigger. Like a lot bigger. Like way bigger. Like way bigger. Bigger still. Now I can't find the handle because so that looks about right. It's a little too big. Still too big. My connection to the server has been interrupted. Awesome. Let's refresh. Let's open those up in the meantime. Hopefully this is still good. How are we looking? Okay, this didn't resize much. That's fine. You always want to use the diagonal handle. That way it will scale appropriately. So this might be slightly too large. Yeah, slightly too large. Now it looks like it's too small. Yeah, it's too small. Don't sponsor us. That is absolutely accurate. Please do not sponsor us. Is it still? Yeah, it's still way. How's it so small? How did it get so small? It's kind of obnoxious. It's still too small, which is really annoying. So, is it too early? Yeah, it's way too early to do that. Just a tiny bit bigger. Still a little bit more. So I'm just trying to line these grids up. The tiniest bit bigger. And now it's too big. Of course it is. So here's what we're gonna do. Odyssey spoilers? What are you talking about? We're in the Odyssey prep. Of course there's Odyssey spoilers. Trace a grid box and draw a shape on the right side and move it over the left grid. That could work. I just thought of a thing. Oh, right. We're going to page details. We're going to turn on the grid. We're going to make it yellow for visibility, and we're going to make it very opaque. And there's no grid. Because I'm on the constellations map and not. So we're going to turn that grid off because I do not need a grid on the constellation map. Lizard Folk Village. We're going to make it yellow, and we're going to make full opacity. Okay. So now we can see that this is very nearly the correct height. But we're going to do what we did for Curse of Strahd. So we're going to essentially do just set dimensions. A little bit. Fireline box is good, but you tweaked it a little. Thanks. Thanks, Shaz. So that's just a tiny bit too small. So we're going to do 4870. And that looks pretty much perfect for height. Not quite. Not quite. Oh, it does need to be a little bit taller. Probably that 10 pixels that I just took off. 4880. that's pretty much perfect in terms of height. So let's try and line it up width. And it is slightly too wide. So we're going to, let's do 1560, set, and then move it over. And that's pretty much perfect. Okay, cool. So now I just got to line it up with the existing map. And that shouldn't be too hard, right? Ta-da! We lined it up with the existing map. Look at us. Look at us being industrious. Set dimensions thing is going to be a lifesaver. Yeah. Once you get it close enough using the handles, switching to set dimensions. Ooh, let's not move that. Switching to set dimensions to get the like everything just right is invaluable. So we do have like all this dead space over here. So I don't know if I care about that. Real talk? Don't know if I care about that. So what I'm going to do at this time is I am going to... I do kind of wish I had made this transparent, just that I could hide some of this. Like I just need this. Like this is kind of awkward up. Actually, the players don't need to see anything up there. That's fine. So what I do need to do is I need to go to the token layer. I need to select absolutely everything. And then since I moved the map 20 to the right, I need to move. Done. All the tokens are moved 20 squares to the right. And then I just need to do the same thing with the GMinfo overlay. Grab everything on the GMinfo overlay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that those all moved up. Oh, God. Okay, let's try this one again. We're going to grab the tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. And then GMinfo overlay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be good, right? They did move up a little bit. So the thing is, some of them weren't quite aligned to the grid. Like this X. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Let's deselect everything. So these X's aren't quite on the grid. So that shifted the whole, like a lot of these things aren't aligned to the grid. So that shifted the whole thing when I tried to move it as a group. What are you? Is that baked? Oh, it's baked into the map. That's fantastic. So I guess I can delete this because that's baked into the goddamn map. Whatever, not a big deal. So I just want to move these things to be. So these X's are, this bridge is collapsible. Okay, thanks. This guy goes here, I guess. That's not a bridge, is it? Just move these things off of tokens and whatnot. So you might have noticed that our fog of war is fucked. That is very accurate. So we're going to reset the fog, and we're going to do it again. So the thing that we decided to do last time was essentially, as soon as our players get here, reveal everything inside of the caldera. Just not inside the caves. And the players don't need to know how carefully I selected these. Sometimes I'm really far, sometimes I'm really close. They don't need to know that that's because there's a cave that butts right up against the wall. Not a big deal. So that's what they get to see. So they can see the cave mouths, but they can't see the caves, essentially. One thing that I do want to do is I want to reduce the size of the grid, or the opacity of the grid, because it is really aggressive right now. So we're just going to drop that a little bit. There we go. Got a little bit less of a grid. So if they show up via the secret pathway, they'll start here. If they show up by just trekking up the mountain, they'll start here. Either way, they're going to have to fight their way in. But we're going to take a look at these Lizardfolk sub-chiefs, renders, and scale shields. So let's close game. We don't need that anymore. Secret tunnel. Yes, there's a secret tunnel. It's through a mountain. Thank you. Thank you, Shadows. It is through the mountain. Yeah. So we've got some lizard folks. Okay. So basically, we've got the lizard folk stat block. There's a lot of those around here. And here's the thing. I don't like these ugly ass tokens. So we're gonna go on 5e tools and we're gonna replace all our tokens. We're just gonna grab a bunch of tokens. I don't like 5e tools because you really shouldn't be able to access all this information for free. That's super illegal. But I do like 5e tools because they have tokenified stuff. And that's real nice. That doesn't look like a lizard folk at all. That looks like a monitor lizard. But what the fuck do I know? Shaman. That is cool as hell. Lizard King. I like that. Lizard Queen. Hell yeah. I like that. Oh yeah, I've absolutely paid for everything twice or even thrice. I don't have a problem going to 5e tools, but 5e tools should not exist. Just because it's like, it's literal piracy. I already have a salamander token. I don't need that. I do need fire snake. Give the roll 20 border. No, I don't want it. I don't want to make, like, why would I make my own tokens when I can just do this? So we're going to go to Odyssey, tokens, Fire Island, Fire Snake, Giant Lizard. Nope, don't want a web pay. I want a ping. Lizard Queen dot ping. Lizard King dot ping. Lizard Folk Shaman dot ping. I don't know why some of them are pings and some of them are web Ps. This doesn't look like a render. Like I'm not gonna save that. Actually, wait, what is a render? It's a humanoid. Yeah. He rends. It's a thing he do. I'm not gonna use this. Fuck it. I'm gonna use the token. Shivers at the sight of the fire snake. Yeah, some bad memories, huh? Nope, not a web P. I saved it. Saved it as a web P. Pung. Alright, show in folder. Let's delete them web Ps because they're stupid. And then we're going to upload all them. All thems. So the one thing that is going to suck is that these are actually like set up with character sheets on Roll20. So, like, I will lose that capability, but it's fine. I have D&D Beyond. It's not the end of the world. So, let's drop a Lizard Folk. We're going to call it Lizard Folk, show the nameplate so that I know that they're Lizard Folks. Add it as a variant token image. Is that a thing I can do? Whoop, cancel. Like, how do I do that? Please tell me. Like, how do I change this image? Edit. Default token. Remove. Like this requires me to actually select an existing token. Is it avatar or default token? Help. Default token. Okay, so let's remove that. Yes. And then can I? Nope, that didn't. That's not what I wanted. So use selected token. So that's the default token for a lizard folk. Save changes. Okay. Are you? No. He doesn't have a character sheet. What if I go into here? Drop the token. Okay, so this guy has a character sheet. No. What the hell? It's a character sheet. Hang on. Oh, represents lizard folk. Now he has a character sheet. And now I can just copy paste him. Okay. Okay. Cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. I do still have to replace them one by one. That sucks, but it's better than them not having a character sheet, I guess. Although realistically, I could just open this character sheet and then minimize it, and then it's available in Roll20 and not the end of the world. I'm also, actually, I'm not going to use Roll20 sheets for this, and I'll tell you why. I have other stat blocks that I'm going to be using that aren't in Roll20, that aren't SRD, like the scale shield and the render. I should actually look at what the hell these things do. Wish there was a way to refresh up. Yeah, that'd be really nice. But basically what I want to do is I want to just be able to not look at tokens that are just name of thing, because those are ugly as hell. But yeah, I'm going to use, so normally what I do is I will use Roll20 character sheets so that I can just not have to leave Roll20 at all. But if I need to leave Roll20 anyway, I would rather have all of my stat blocks in Roll20, just so that I know that no matter what I'm looking for, it's in a tab. And I don't have to figure out, okay, well, is this in a tab? Is this not in a tab? So since all of my things are, since I have a bunch of things that are going to need to be in D&D Beyond, I'm just going to use everything from D&D Beyond to invest it into Roll20 to change. I'm not very invested in Roll20. But Andy, for Frostmaiden, you have the benefit of actually having a Wizards of the Coast module. That affords you the fact that you can use non-SRD sheets. Save stat blocks as picks and drop them into a handout, then pop them out. I guess that works. I like how I'm able to. Oops, forgot to check show nameplate. I like how I'm able to. Whoops. Copy, paste. How I am able to just D&D tab, Fire Snake, first link, bam, I have the Fire Snake stat block. I don't need to know where it is. I don't need like, I don't need to know anything about it except its name, and then I can find it on D&D Beyond immediately by just typing DND tab. Because I go to D&D Beyond so often that Chrome has figured out that if I type D&D tab, I want to search D&D Beyond. So that's really cool. So I'm essentially just in here replacing all of my friggin' tokens. Why are you on the... So these are supposed to be below the lava. So these should actually be on the GM layer. I am going to put them on the token layer for now, just so I don't have to go back and forth. And then I'll move them to the GM layer. So these are very much hidden underneath the crust of the magma, which is walkable. Like, you can walk on it if you're careful about it. You still take fire damage, but less than if you were swimming in the lava. And then salamander. Are there any other salamanders? While I have this guy selected. It would appear not. Okay. So we do have a lot of other lizard folk to replace still. So I'm going to do a single pass of, okay, let me just replace all the lizard folk, like the lizard folk stat block lizard folk. And then I'm going to do a second pass of, okay, do I want to actually replace this with a different stat block? So we've got fire snake here. Let's go over here, grab a fire snake. Delete them fire snakes. Line them to the grid by just dragging them a little bit. Got more lizard folks to make. So while I'm doing this, because this is just drudgery, I want to talk about the thing that I saw on the Odyssey Discord that I am really super interested in doing. So this is Fire Island. If you guys read aloud text, which I know Shadows did because he rewrote it, this is associated with the constellation of the Prisoner, and the reason for that is the Titan Chalcea is imprisoned in this island. So when the Titans, Sidon and Lutheria, decided to murder all of their siblings and steal their power, they were not able to catch Chalcea, the swiftest of the gods, swiftest of the Titans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay. They were not able to capture, or they were not able to kill Chalcea. Instead, she fled to Fire Island, and they essentially imprisoned her here inside the volcano. She still lives to this day, imprisoned beneath the earth, and she is actually the Titan of Swiftness. And then over the course of millennia, Sidon and Lutheria were able to steal her power over swiftness, but they weren't able to kill her. She's still a Titan. She's still very hard to kill. But she's trapped here, so no big deal. That said, during the First War, Balmithria was able to trick Sidon into the game of 20 squares, and Sidon wagered several of their divinities, several of their divine domains on this game and lost. So Balmithria, now Mitros, took these divine domains and spread them between her family. She gave the swiftness that she stole from them to Kyra, at the time Archiriania. Kyra is now essentially carrying Chalcea's power. So, when Kyra comes close to Chalcea, this swiftness becomes ever-present. So I created a character sheet for Kyra. Kyra got speed boots. I created a character sheet for Kyra on D&D Beyond, which essentially level and her rough level and all of her ability scores are accurate. She does have 1 level of exhaustion. That's a thing. Thank you, Roll20. Thank you, Roll20. But what I did do is I gave her Steel Wind Strike. She is going to cast Steel Wind Strike every single turn while they're here. And then once all the lizard folk are dead, or, you know, once the big fight in this big open area is over, she's not going to stop fighting. She's just going to keep going. She's going to keep attacking. And the players are essentially going to have to put her down. They'll probably try to do so non-lethally, but this Steel Wind Strike is going to hurt. It's going to hurt if they let her attack them. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. And then, so what weapon does she use? Her quill, obviously. She has a dagger. She does have a dagger. I don't think daggers are worth a silver, are they? Oh, there were 2 gold, okay. Death by 1,000 stabs. I mean, 6d10 force damage per hit. I'm expecting at least one of the players to go down when this happens. But this is going to be... So one of my players guessed the twist. I'm not going to say who, but one of my players guessed that the gods are dragons. I goofed. So in the necropolis at Telemoc, there is... I'm going to name these. In the necropolis at Telemoc, there are the inscriptions that show just the names of the gods as the Oathsworns. And I was like, well, that's stupid. So I went and fixed it. But then I also told my players that I fixed it. So one of my players figured it out, and they figured out that the... how do I not have a Brass Dragon Wormling token? Brass Dragon Wormling. One of my players figured out that the dragons are gods, so I kind of want to throw them off the scent by... the gods are dragons. So I want to throw them off the scent by hammering home that the gods really are gods. So that's why I decided to do this with the with Chelsea and the Kyra. I also need a bronze. There's just a bronze egg, right? There's no bronze dragon here, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware. So this is going to be a nightmare of a fight. It's probably going to take the entire session to do. But it should be fun in the meantime. So the question is, what in the fuck ranged weapons do these guys have? And they have a javelin. That sucks. What's the range on a dart? Worse than a javelin. Cool. They have javelins. So they're going to be lobbing javelins all over the goddamn place. There's going to be a lot of javelins. I do see that one of them, the sub-chief. Sub-chiefs have spellcasting. I do need to look up Lizard King. As your inspiration and such count, looking for Odyssey of the Dragon Lord. And also as the always friendly reminder, don't forget to swap the overlay. Good point. Thank you for the reminder. D&D Beyond, campaign selection, Gilded Troll Odyssey. Thank you for the reminder, Z. This is going to be a combat-heavy session. That said, it is possible that they go and do this and don't fight. You know, they might come in diplomatically and try to talk to the Lizard King, but as soon as combat starts, Kyra is going to be overcome with the power of Chelsea and swiftness. She's going to be under the effects of haste permanently, and she's just, which will give her, I think, 110 feet speed. So I'm just going to put that in right now. 110. Yeah, 110 foot speed with haste. And yeah, she's just gonna shit on everything. Also, she has 22 AC. because haste. Yeah, she's gonna be a bit of a fucking bamf. We're just gonna add a dagger. Equipment, equip the dagger. Now she has a dagger attack with plus 15 because she has 30 dex. That's disgusting. If I wanted, I could put in all of her skills, but I'm not going to bother. So I just want to keep replacing all these tokens and whatnot. I think I'm pretty close to done. I do need the Lizard Queen. And then these shamans. And then once I'm done replacing all the tokens, I need to... are any of the players going to insta-die? I mean, maybe. It's possible. Everyone has a get out of jail free, or get out of death free, except for Alaris. So if a death happens, no big deal. But yeah, so I'm still replacing tokens. I think I'm just about done. So I do want to replace the Cyclops with the Blemmies. 1M. Not monster art. I want. There we go. So I just want a Blemmies because he's just a little bit tankier than others, or than the. He's a little bit bigger than the Cyclops, which is only like CR3 or something. Or no, there's CR6, but he's CR8. So I am going to also give him max HP. 12 times 12 plus 72, so 216 is his max HP. So we're just going to put that in. So he's got 216 out of 150. Steros is already here. He's good. And I just need to scan, make sure I'm not missing... Oh, there's a token. Copy, paste. He goes here. We've got lizard folk shamans up here. Oh, we got giant lizards too. Let me drop the giant lizards. So part of the reason that I want to dramatically increase the number of combatants here is I want to really hammer home that this is the largest tribe on the island. But also, I want to increase the difficulty because Kyra is going to... fine, I'll look it up. I am going to have to look it up over here. Because if you guys see the URL, you could actually edit it. Because I haven't locked down the permissions yet. So I'm going to leave it on the screen that you can't see. I am sitting on 5 auto crits right now. I am not going to have Kyra auto crit Steel Wind Strike against a player. She has plus 12 to hit. She doesn't need it. Even against Remir, she needs a 14 or higher to hit, which means a 35% chance to hit, even if he shields. And then if he doesn't shield, she has a 60% chance to hit. And then I can just drop Cheer Inspiration on him if I want. But yeah, she's going to Steel Wind Strike and hit all of them. And then they're just going to go, okay, we have to kill her now. We have to take her down. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So what I do need is I'm going to need to write some read aloud text for when she transforms. So that's going to be fun to write. The Discord is not accurate anymore. In fact, I'm going to be removing... So what I am going to do in the coming weeks, days, I don't know, I need to get... So what I need to do is I need to get the email address from all of my players so that I can lock down the permissions on that sheet so that I can send it out in read-only mode. And I can just link it in our Discord so that you guys can be like, hey, look at what we have right now, without you guys being able to edit it, because I don't want anyone to be able to edit it except the people who actually use it. So yeah, I want to massively crank up the difficulty because during the first phase of the fight, Kyra is going to be massively helping them by essentially deleting 5 enemies per turn. It is 5, right? Yeah, she's just gonna delete 5 enemies per turn. And that's gonna be really neat. I'm literally going to have Kyra run across the lava. No matter where she is, she's just gonna run across the lava and then teleport and just fuck people up. It's gonna be great. But yeah, she's gonna delete a lot of enemies. In fact, not like we would create a slot for Samus and give her infinite of everything on the sheet. No, definitely not. No one would ever do that. So now that I have a buttload of extra tokens on the sheet, let's look at Area 6. See what's supposed to be in there, because it looks kind of empty. Sleeping chambers. At least 2 lizard folk sleep on the hammocks. Well, then why aren't they there? So I'm just going to put 4 in, because that seems reasonable. So now what I want to do, yeet, enemy delete. Yeah, I think, honestly, I'm not even going to, oh right, I don't have stat blocks here. I don't think I'm even going to roll attack rolls for her. I think or damage rolls. I think I'm just going to say, yep, he's dead. Because they have 22 hit points, the odds of her rolling that low are really low. 32 hit points, the odds of rolling that low are pretty low. 52, okay. Doubtful that she'd be able to kill him. 52, also doubtful that she'd be able to kill him. But she literally, even with Scale Mail and a shield, she needs a 4 to hit him. She needs a 3 to hit him. So, yeah, I really don't think it's important that she rolls attacks. Maybe damage for the sub-chiefs, the renders. I don't know what Giant Lizard has for hit points. Going to have a lot to manage. Yeah, I am going to have a lot to manage. Giant Lizards have 19 hit points. Yeah, like these are... As you enter the volcano, Kyra's scribbles become more erratic in the sweltering heat, noting all the details of the mountain's formation. Her looping and neat handwriting scratching becomes a little louder as the quill tip marks the parchment. I like that a lot. You did misspell Kyra, though. That's fine. Whoa, I need word wrap. As they reach the mouth of the volcano. Still nice to toss dice around and give that ominous tons of dice damage coming from the DM sensation to add to their worry when she flips out fully. Yeah, I mean, I can maybe roll some dice, but then like completely ignore them. Just like pick up 5d20, roll them like hit, and then 60-12 or 60-10, 60-10, right? Yeah, 60-10, which I actually have 60-10 in front of me, and just go, okay, cool, they're dead. Yeah, I mean, I can do that. So the things that I want to do here are I want to replace lizard folks with bigger lizard folks like sub-chiefs, renders, and scale shields. So scale shields, what makes a scale shield different from a lizard folk? So they're CR1 instead of half. They have more hit points, slightly more AC, same speeds, roughly the same. They trade stealth for athletics. Okay. 2 melee attacks, D8 plus 2, D6 plus 2, D6 plus 2. So they have a D8 attack, and then they have a reaction. I'm gonna say I'm not using scale shields because this reaction is gonna make them a lot harder to run, so I'm not going to use any. Not to mention, I have the renders token looks really stupid, so I will just use the scale shields token for the render. That's fine. I'm not going to use scale shields. Thank you, Andy, but I'm not going to use them. What do the kings do? They do nothing. Once per turn, extra 3d6 damage and gain temp HP. Okay, that's their big thing, is they can give themselves temps. What am I planning for? Today I'm prepping Odyssey of the Dragon Lords Episode 16, which is predominantly going to feature Fire Island. So there is this whole volcanic caldera And essentially, as soon as they crest the lip of it, they can see all of this going on. And unless they're very stealthy about it, they're going to end up in combat practically instantaneously. Let's see, roll initiative. As dozens of feet surge into action, the very center of the volcano bubbles. No, I don't want anything. No. So I don't want. Yeah. So I wrote all this and then realized that I don't want anything to fly into Kyra, because I don't want it to seem like there is something other than Kyra that's doing this. I want it to just be like something clicks in her and she just like kind of goes into the avatar state. The heat charging her. No, I literally just want her to suddenly, okay, we'll do stuff, thanks. I want her to just suddenly like turn on, eyes glowing, hair aflame. The not asunder. I want another word that's like something. Like eyes aglow, feet afire, and hair. It's got to start with an A. I need alliteration. A blaze. A mess. I did think about that. Kind of want to evoke that it's like trailing behind her. She's moving so fast, but like I don't even think she has like that much hair. I think she's got a pretty short haircut, doesn't she? She's got like a bob. Kind of. I'm gonna look up akimbo. hips and elbows turned outward. That's not it. Flung out widely or haphazardly. Yeah. We're going to go with that. Why is it called akimbo? Middle English phrase, kennebo, at a sharp angle. Yeah, we're going to go eyes aglow, feet afire, and arms akimbo. In the blink of an eye, she rounds the entire caldera, and in her wake, 5 lizard folk fall to their knees, throats spurting blue blood. Not singes, sizzles. And that's literally like the moment they roll initiative. Like, it's not a turn. It's just, this is the thing that happens. Yeah. So, she's a force of nature. So I still need to replace some lizard folk with renders. Do I want to... Makes a claw attack against each creature of its choice within 10 feet of it. Oh, they have a 10-foot reach. Okay. That's cool. Creature hit, strength save, or knock prone. Cool. Would you like me to activate instant kill? Sizzles into acrid smoke. Sure. So yeah, so we're gonna get some renders, and we're gonna put them in a few places. So let's grab. So we don't want the render. Wait, is that actually what the render looks like? Because this is like this token is the art here. Subchief has spellcasting, which is crazy complicated. That's okay. We can use some sub-chiefs. So yeah, so this is a sub-chief. Lizard folk sub-chief. Shonamplate. So we're gonna put one in here. So the sub-chiefs are gonna be with the king and queen. We're gonna replace. Oops. Don't want you. We want a sub-chief. So we're gonna replace a shaman with a sub-chief. We're gonna replace these 2 shamans with sub-chiefs. I know the intent was to replace regular lizard folk, but I don't think the sub-chiefs really make sense. I can put a sub-chief here. That's fine. That's fine. But then I need, so I'm going to use this guy, and this is going to be the render. Lizard folk render. And he's called a render because he rends. In case you were unaware. So I'm just going to go around and... So this guy's CR 3. So I'm replacing CR half lizard folks with CR 3 renders. So this is kind of a big deal. I think I want to replace all of the bridge guards with renders. I think that's what I want to do. That's nice and easy to keep track of. You guys can be up here. Is this going to be one of those once initiative is rolled, the alarms are raised types of places? Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. As soon as initiative is rolled, it's going to be all-out melee, no holds barred, kick shit. Essentially, the salamanders are going to stay with their fire snake babies. These fire snakes are going to stay with the blemmies. Steros and his fire snakes are going to... Like, anything in a cave is going to stay in a cave. But otherwise, they're going to... It's going to be a lot. If the players... So this guy's going to move here. And if the players get within line of sight of this cave, I would say this one will attack. But for the most part, it's going to be... Oh, we turned on all of the everything. Every single render, I'll say, every render has a horn. So in order for them to sneak in, they need to keep killing renders. So this has just been upgraded from, yeah, this might be a little hardish, maybe, to very easy TPK. So this should be interesting. So that's... Oops. That is... that's the village. So the only thing left to prep really is like the island itself. So it's blah blah blah. We got some read aloud text. Formed around an active volcano. Yeah. We got maps. So there's a bunch of tribes. The Firewalkers. We don't have names for the lesser tribes, comprising several hundred warriors each. Like, this is 350 warriors. How is several hundred? We're gonna go with 100 that control the outer parts of the island. So the Firewalkers are essentially like this entire caldera. And then basically like dotted all around the rest of the island are a bunch of different tribes. So we need some cool names for lizard folk tribes. Lizard folk tribe names. Yeah, those. Lizard folk tribe names. Done. Don't like two bogs. Done. So if I need a tribe name, bam, there's one. So when they show up, so all the lizard folk of Fire Island, regardless of tribal loyalty, worship a nameless deity that they believe sleeps below the Cerulean Gulf. It's Chalcea. Fun fact. His Sidon sister Chalcea, sealed away beneath the volcano. Centuries ago, the island was home to an adult brass dragon. It was killed by the Kraken during one of its hunts over the nearby coral reefs. The lizard folk still tell stories of the battle between the two creatures. The dragon left behind 3 eggs, which the lizard folk have long sought after. So Vaitha will implore the heroes to aid her in defeating her mortal enemy, Jenkor, the king of the Firewalkers. Role-playing lizard folk. Hell yeah. Here we go. Extensive interaction with a variety of lizard folk, generally wary of strangers, but are of neutral alignment, are far from timid or bloodthirsty. A few resources add flavor to the party's experience with lizard folk by giving depth and dimension to the occupants of the lair. Customize. Acolyte background is ideal for shamans, soldier background for warriors, hermit and outlander for commoners. Result of a die roll seems inappropriate, such as raised by wolves. Roll again. In addition, you can use the lizard folk quirks. Determine the personality quirk for a lizard folk character or to inspire unique mannerism. Hate waste and see no reason not to scavenge fallen enemies. Fingers are tasty and portable. You sleep best while mostly submerged in water, particularly warm, stagnant water. Money is meaningless to you. Two species of humanoid, lizard folk and meat. You've learned to laugh. You use the talent in response to all emotional situations to better fit in with your comrades. You still don't understand how metaphors work. This doesn't stop you from trying to use them at every opportunity. You appreciate the soft humanoids who realize they need chainmail and swords to match the gift you were born with. You enjoy eating your food while it's still raw and wriggling. Jesus. Okay. I like this a lot. I'm going to put this in my notes. I'm going to read this. Not all relevant. Yeah. I'm going to put this in my notes and I'm going to read it off stream because I don't think it's going to be particularly, hey look, Vythe. Vytha. She's female steel. Vutha. Throden. Korth. Kapesk. Jank. Darastrix. Anyway, so yeah, she's gonna ask him to help kill Jankor. He was corrupted the lizardfolk by turning away from the god in the volcano, making sacrifices to Sidon instead, which is exactly the opposite of what Sidon wanted, so he probably shouldn't have intervened here at all, because they were already sacrificing to Chelsea, and now they're sacrificing to Sidon, and that's kind of a problem for Chelsea, which is why the bonds around her are weakened, which allows Kyra to go god mode. Lord of Thorns gave Jankor a powerful magical artifact and 2 Cyclopes as servants. What is the powerful magical artifact? In exchange, Jankor gave the Titan one of the 3 brass dragon eggs that were hidden on the island. Vaitha believes the other 2 eggs may be located somewhere in the volcano village. The heroes agree to assist her. She'll hold a great feast. She explains that her son is to be sacrificed and served as a celebratory meal. You can turn down this honorable banquet, but in this case, Vaitha will be insulted. Do lizard folk queens or kings speak common? No, they do not. But I'm like 99% sure that at least 4 of my players speak Draconic, so no big deal. Just close that real quick. Firewalkers dwell. Yep. Forward to construction from sturdy wood, bamboo, and thick vines. Those all sound flammable. Secret path, platforms. Okay, so I want to know what the magic item is. Throne room. He has a staff of thunder and lightning. That's awesome. So Jankor has 120 hit points. So I'm going to put that in if that's not already in. It probably isn't because I deleted his token. I should have put their hit points in before copy pasting repeatedly. Not doing it now. I'll just have to do that during the... Oh yeah, everyone speaks Draconic thanks to the coins. Right. I forgot they got a bunch of those coins. The one in Ghost of Saltmarsh does, so it's not unprecedented. Okay. Does Sidon... What languages does Sidon speak? Nope, not portrait. I'm on sheet. Sidon. Character sheet. Oh, right. He's a god. He speaks all language. Dirt. So the secret place has been deliberately weakened in 2 places, but it's a DC 12 perception check to find it. Spotting the... DC 12 to find the path, DC 16 to find the weakened sections. Ground will calm, roll away, failed saving throw, plummet to caldera below. Break through the crust into the magma. Ouch. J14, I think? Yeah. So you can walk on it. Walking across deals 1d6 fire damage per round. Falling into the mag... 10d10 fire damage per round. Ouch. Volcano Basin is active and magma often bubbles through the crust. Fire snakes swim below in the magma and they can sense movement. Yep. So if you're walking down there, fire snakes get angry. Jankor's got a staff of thunder and lightning. Which is going to Scorpius, obviously. It's literally on his wish list. +2 quarterstaff, and it's got lightning and thunder. And... oh, God. Oh, my God. Holy shit, this item is insane. It's a +2 weapon that also does 2d6 lightning damage. Holy crap. This is unlimited stun? Oh, once per dawn. Okay, God, thank God. Okay, so 2d6 lightning damage once per dawn. Stun once per dawn. Lightning strike. Lightning bolt. 4th level lightning bolt. Once per dawn. Thunderclap. Okay, I was like, oh my God, it's a +2 weapon that does 2d6 damage. It's like a flame tongue, but disgusting. But okay, these are each once per day. Holy shit, that'd be crazy. Goddamn. They're epic heroes. Yeah, I know they're epic heroes, but I also don't want one player to be way more powerful than the rest of the players. I'm happy with all of them being crazy powerful, but I don't want one to be way more powerful than the rest. because that just feels bad for everyone else. But I'm happy with Scorpius getting a bunch of magic items right now because monks are underpowered and he could use it. So that's fine. Alright, so that's the powerful magical artifact. So Janken, or Steros, he doesn't really want to work for them. Their previous Janken was captured in a raid by the Amazons of Themis. That was Steros' father. Steros really just wants to go find Bront, his father. Owlin Dog, Serpentine Owl, Onyx Dog. Breakdown after every 6 uses or if they're reduced to 0 hit points. Only way to repair them is to use Tinker Tools. Okay. Would lightning strike the staff in a storm like a lightning rod? Sure. Why not? Sacrificial Promontory. To capture the heroes, bind their hands with ropes and take them here to the hold of the ceremony that lasts an hour. Afterwards, they'll kick the heroes into the caldera. That's never going to happen. It's fine. The Blind Elder. So this isn't going to be Polyphorus. Or it's going to be Polyphorus. He's just not a Cyclops. He's going to be a Blemmies. He's not blind. He is, in fact, very much not blind. There's literally no way for him to get out of here. That's just not possible. So that's kind of cute. One of the eggs in the salamander's nest is a brass dragon egg. So that's the one that Orsino was told about by Valis. Pteranodon roost. 24 pteranodons roost here. Where is that? It literally does not say. Do you see a 16 on this map? I don't. It's not on here either. So I guess there aren't any pteranodons. Oops. Egg chambers. Lizardfolk eggs are kept. Eggs are kept warm, guarded by a half-dozen fire snakes. The lizardfolk shamans tend to the fire snakes and the eggs. They'll attack trespassers who enter the cave, but that's about it. So yeah, I think we're about prepped. We've got Fire Island sufficiently reinforced. I don't have a new count on how many lizard folk are here, but I'm guessing it's at least 60, and the rest are out hunting or whatnot. So yeah, this is fucking crazy. So when I roll initiative, I'm gonna have to grab like one of each of these. So I'm actually just gonna do that ahead of time. Oops, want to remove all turns. 16 equals 4 squared, so there are 2 in area 4. Gotcha. Gotcha. That totally makes sense. Lizard folk, render, giant lizard, sub-chief, shaman, king, queen. I think that's everything. Add turn. Did I miss anybody? Hope the Fire Island box I did made sense. Did you put it on Discord? Odyssey spoilers, okay. Soror side. I will take a look at that after I'm done prepping. I got the giant lizard. Oh, I need the wormling. Add turn, brass dragon wormling. We got a render. Fire snake. Queen, shaman, sub-chief. Yeah, looks like we're good. All right, so I've got all of the enemies added to initiative. There's only 10 groups of them. That's not crazy or anything. It's 10 different stat blocks I need to be aware of. And I guarantee that as soon as someone sees how ridiculous this is, someone's going to want to summon something. So we're going to have fun on Saturday. So if you guys want to see the session that comes out of this ridiculous amount of prep, please join us on Saturday at 4 p.m. EST when we play Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. I'm going to drop the schedule in chat. And I'm gonna stretch this on stream so it looks right. There we go. Let's just push this up a little bit and stretch it just a bit more. There we go. We've got Odyssey of the Dragon Lords every Saturday at 4 p.m., Curse of Strahd every Sunday at 1 p.m., and Rime of the Frost Maiden every Monday at 6 p.m. And then we have our DM prep sessions Thursdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Thursdays for Curse of Strahd and Odyssey of the Dragon Lords with me here on the Gilded Troll. And then Fridays for Rime of the Frost Maiden prep with Andy over on his channel, Andy the Math Magician. That's Andy _the_ Math the Magician. So check him out on Twitch. If you're already on Twitch, please check out our YouTube. We have every single episode of every game we've played, every DM prep session we've done over on YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now, please check out our Twitch. We play live on Twitch. You can talk to us while we're playing. You can even influence the game. And if you'd rather talk to us when we're not playing, you can join our Discord. So we have a Discord server. It's in the description below. It's also in Twitch chat right now. It's on screen right here. And then, of course, we have an Instagram for behind-the-scenes photos. Currently, we're doing 30 Days of D&D. And then we have a Twitter where I post D&D opinions like twice a week, if that's your thing. But thank you, absolutely, everyone, for being here. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go raid Mr. Bayless. So he is responsible for all of the art on all of our streams, not the maps and stuff or the tokens or anything, but all the character art, our logo, our starting soon display. So he does all our art. So we're gonna raid him right now, and then once that raid gets going and we start watching him, I'm gonna pull him up right now. I'll see you guys next time. So thank you for being here. Bye.